What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we're going to be doing Naruto Baryon mode versus Goku Ultra Instinct. So a bit of a crossover one today. So as usual with characters who are fighting in the verses, we're going to start with their nose, the characters in profile. So center point of my page is about here. Use a pencil and eraser and hit pause if I go too fast when I move my hand and all that kind of stuff, right? So we'll start with Naruto over here on the right hand side. So we start with his nose, right? And I like to start with the nose in this sort of L shape here on the right, right? So you're going to go diagonal down like so first, and then we'll bring it into here, right? So this I kind of like, it reminds me of an L sort of shape or an upside down 7 or something there like that. And then he has a nostril just about here. So then we'll go diagonal this way for his brow, just up there. And then we'll bring it back that way. That's his forehead, brow, nose. So we know where his brow is, right? We know where his eyebrow is. So just right across, we have a line there, start of his eyebrow. And he's frowning quite heavily, so we'll go diagonal up this way. Like so. And then taper it towards the end, going that way. Right, so then his eye, just in here, right? So we just do kind of a diagonal line there, and then we'll bring it back this way. That's his top eyelid. So then his bottom eyelid curves down around to there. Might have a little line just down here. And then his iris and his pupil. So real skinny, right? We've got an ellipse. So we curve it around, bring it back up to there. It's a real skinny line. Skinny circle, should I say. And then his eye or pupil is that fox-like straight line, sort of down like that. And if you want, you can like thicken up the top eyelid. Maybe like some of the back here. So. Right, so we'll go down, finish his mouth and the rest of his face, okay? So his top lip sort of sticks out, right? So it comes out here and goes back in. And then it'll come out again for the bottom lip. And then go back in again. Goes back into there. His mouth then will come out from here, so it'll kind of just sort of curve down like that. And then his chin comes down this way, curves around, and goes back up for his jaw. Then it starts to go that way. Right, so proportion wise, right, I would say eyebrow to nostril is about the same as nostril to chin. So here to here, or like to the bottom of his nose even, to his eyebrow, is about the same as bottom of his nose to his chin. And then bottom of the nose to the bottom lip is about the same as bottom lip to chin. So your nose is about halfway between, say, his eyebrow and his chin, roughly speaking. Right, normally it would be the eye, but in anime, sort of proportions are kind of thrown out of whack sometimes due to big eyes and all stuff like that. So here to here is about here to here, and then bottom lip halfway between nose and chin, bottom of his nose and his chin. So here to here, same as here to here. Okay? Rough proportions. So, excuse me. So we'll do the pattern around his eye next, right? So it kind of goes down from his eyebrow here, and then it kind of hooks out to there, and then she'll go back in to there, and then we go down there, and then another hook here, back in, and then this will go up, and then it'll curve around the back of his eye here. It looks like it curves around anyway, so we'll bring it up like so. And this goes up close to the edge of his eyebrow, kind of there, right? And this becomes like a big ear that comes all the way out here, right? So it comes from the top of his eyebrow. We'll just bring it along, so we'll go this way. And you know, it's kind of, you can go as long as you want with this, you know. If you, depending on your style, how big you like to do it, so how big you want to give the ears, but we'll go like that much. Right, so his hair then comes out from here at the front, so we have those classic sort of, well, shorter sort of Naruto spikes when he's an adult, like that, and then they stick out here. And we're going to go all the way around back into here, okay? Another one there. This way. And we'll just keep going until we meet the other sort of rabbit ear here. So this curves down like that to there, right? And the other side of this then sort of curves down here, and we can see the other one on the other side sort of sticking up around the other side of his head, just here. And then we have some more hair spikes sticking out the back here, so like here, and these will go in behind like his collar of his cloak. So we'll stop it there, and we'll go this comes right around the front of his face, and then comes down this way. And we can see like his ear and his sideburn in here, so we got couple of short kind of spikes for his sideburn, and then this will go around his ear there, and then we have some ear lines, bones and ligaments and things. You don't need to do too much, that's probably enough. Maybe like another piece of hair there. Right, so we'll move down now and do his neck and his collar. So we can't see much of his neck. We can see his collar here and his shoulder. So we'll do his shoulder first. It's the biggest thing. Curves out like so, and it will go down. Kind of goes off my page down here. And we can see a little bit of that black collar that's on his neck here. So that way, like an inside line here, and then maybe hit a bit of his shoulder on the other side, and some of that shoulder that goes up. So he's making a fist on this side of his head. We'll do that last. Okay. Right, so rest of his collar comes out, back, down this way. It spikes down to here, like so, and then comes out off my page there. So we can see just some tails and stuff going off that way. Just a line here for that. You can do as many of them as you want. And his elbow is here because he's like pre-winding a punch. And what can we see? Can we see his arm down here maybe? Like some of those black lines of his arm down there. Right, so then his fist. So it comes out from his forehead here. So take your time at hands, they're always tricky. Alright, so just a line like that. And we meet his index finger, so spikes around to there. And this kind of curves around for his index finger, back in. Up into here, right? And this is the bandaged hand that he has. So there's all like lines and bandage lines and stuff, right? So we got like, say, a line like that. And comes up for his finger. And then we can see the palm of his hand sort of goes down this way. This will go back into his face here. And then his thumb come out from his nose around there, right? And then these lines keep going sort of around his hand and stuff like this. So we got all these bandage lines. And then some coming around his thumb as well. Do another one here, I think. Right, so that's Naruto, right? We'll go over now and we'll do Goku Ultra Instinct. So it's kind of it's this. I've done this pose before. It's in the Goku versus Vegeta. Ultra Instinct versus Baryon, right? Not versus Baryon, versus Ultra Ego. So he's kind of launching fist here as well. They're real close together. Similar pose, both of them. And we'll start with Goku's nose, right? And we'll do this. His Dragon Ball nose is different to Naruto now, right? But it's the same sort of idea. It's this sort of L shape, right? So you'll go out, a bit pointier, down, back in, like that. Similar. Bit shorter, just across from Naruto's mouth. And then they have like shadows underneath the nose. So it comes like just there. With a nostril just as a line drawn in that way. And then his brow comes around there. And much straighter sort of forehead. Back that way. His top lip kind of comes right out from his nose, right? So it sort of comes around here. And then it'll stick out again. Back in. And then the mouth, pretty much kind of the same as Naruto's, real serious, downturned, just there. Right, same thing. We know where his brow is. We know where his eyebrow is. Starts there. And then we'll just taper it back. Bring it back like so. Goes underneath hair over here, so you can't really see the end of it. We'll draw it in just to keep things kind of symmetrical, I guess. And then we go thick end. Dragon Ball eyebrow is always thicker on this end. And then we'll bring it back down to there. And then we draw on his eye. So real square Dragon Ball eyes, right? So we go small line there. And then the large line here. And then we'll join them together with a curved line just coming across the bottom of his face. It can be straight or curved, it's up to you. Like that. So he's kind of looking up at Naruto here, right? So we'll do his eye just sort of in the corner here, right? Between the eyebrow and this small line. So you'll just do curved line there. And then his pupil, same thing, curved line in here. So he's kind of looking up that way. Then the cheek lines that Dragon Ball characters have, just there under his eye. Then we'll do his chin. So his chin comes down a little bit long, that way. And then curves around. And then we'll go back up for his jaw. Curve around to here. This will go up towards his ear now. So we'll go up to there. Bottom of his ear is probably like sort of across from his nose. There. This would be the ultimate fight, by the way. Wonder who'd win. And then, right, so he's big, right, Dragon Ball characters have pretty big ears, right? So we'll go out here, up, and around. Like that. So you see, like, we're sort of lining up with, like, the top of his forehead and his nose here. So that's like, well, there. Just under his eye. That's how big it is. And then we'll add some bones and ligaments on the inside. Some bumps and things. Like that. Like so. And then around here. So, lots of different ways of doing that now. Now, if you want on his face, you can add like some scratch marks and stuff. You know, if you want. Maybe on Naruto as well. Okay, his hair, right? So Naruto's fringe. So he's kind of launching himself. His hair's kind of being pushed back this way in this pose, right? So we go line down there. This is like his front hair spikes. And then this goes back up there. And we have one at the front here, goes up like this way. About there. Curve it down. Like so. And then that goes in behind another one, which is here. And then we bring this down. Goes behind another big one, flying back this way. And then this will come back to there. And another hair spike here. Goes back into there and up into that one. Right, so all that hair, his fringe being pushed back by the wind that he's flying forward. And then we have a small one, just goes over his ear here. You can erase any lines you go over or color over them. There's another one at the front, so we'll just come out, curve it around, and then bring it back up and into there. Alright, so a couple more hair spikes at the back. So coming out from here. Like so. It's back down like that. And then this curves out. Down. Back to there. Back into to there. And then we have that just round piece of his head, just here. And then 2 big spikes up the top, right? So, will I be able to fit this onto my page? Maybe. We'll go up to there, right up. And it'll come back down. Yeah, in a few more rooms, just bring them to a point up the top. And it comes down the back. And then another hair spike going this way. Comes back down. That's about there. Right, then we got like texture lines all over, right? And it's pretty easy to do these in Dragon Ball. You just kind of follow the shape of each sort of hair spike, right? So you just add sort of texture, like so. So you're just sort of following the shape of each one, and you do that all over. You can do as many as you want. Like so. Right, we'll go down now and do his body, some anatomy. His fist is here. Maybe we'll do the fist first, actually. So, he's got a knuckle coming out here, right? And there's actually another knuckle underneath it, so we can see 2 of his fingers instead of Naruto's 1. And then this will go straight down, kind of curve out, back in. Right, again, this meets his thumb, like Naruto here. So it comes down around like so, and back in behind his hair. And then we can see another finger just here. So slightly different to Naruto's. And more sort of pulled back a little bit, maybe. Like so, and then so lines then for his hand and his fingers and stuff. So skin folds. When your fist is all curled up, you know, you get like all these folds inside here, all these lines, and then we can see like the top of this finger, and then fold in there. Can we see some of his wrist back here? No, it goes behind his hair, I'd say. Right, so we go down and do his neck. So his neck like sticks out this way. And we can probably see a little bit of an Adam's apple sort of here. And then we have like a neckline going that way. And then another neckline coming here, right? So the center line for his body and his chest. So center line for his chest would be, say, there. So you have a pectoral muscle, your pec going that way, another one going this way. So his body's kind of turned, so he's like, his body's in 3/4 pose, so we can see a little bit of this side and like most of this side. So this pec muscle will be bigger than this one, okay? So it's just something to do with perspective and how characters are turned in space. Not outer space, I mean like, just in normal, right? So that's the top line for his pectoral muscle there. And then his shoulder grows out from that. So it'll go, say from like the corner here. And then it'll go sort of off my page back that way, right? So we can see some of his shoulder up here coming out from his head as well. So we'll go like back this way. Because this arm is like flying back this way and he's got real big muscles, right? So curves like that, so real round. And you could see like a line coming in here. And again, scratch marks always sort of help give things a little bit of texture and stuff. Could you see another neck muscle line there? Maybe something here, there. Right, so the bottom of his chest. So it'll come around this way, like so. And lines like this sort of add to the sort of, you know, sort of these muscle fiber lines. It always makes it look more like a chest then. And a nipple maybe there, down in the bottom left-hand corner of the pec. So the other pectoral muscle is smaller and it goes around the back here. Like that, right? So it's about half the width of this one because it's in 3/4. And then you can add some muscle fibers just onto it, there. Then the front of his body, so just his abs bumping down this way. And then we can see like some of his like trousers starting here, and his leg maybe comes out the bottom, just goes off my page there. Right, we'll draw some anatomy in here, some abdominal muscles. So you can draw his diaphragm. It's always a good place to start. There. And then some abs coming around this way. Some just lines like that. Maybe a line at the top. You can add scratch marks if you want. And sometimes it's good to add like some lines. Whoosh lines is what I call them. Lines that make the characters look like they're going whoosh. It's the scientific term. So it kind of fills this sort of space and like debris and stuff, dots and, you know, these kind of rocks and stuff flying as if they're like tearing up the ground, and you know, just the sheer force of their energy is kind of you know, but this is of course optional. But that's it, I think. That's how to draw Naruto Baryon mode versus Goku Ultra Instinct. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.